Good evening and welcome to the Port Clinton City Council regular meeting of November 13th. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, the Lord's Prayer, and a moment of silence for our men and women serving overseas.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. You will note that our clerk is not with us this evening. So the first order of business is to make a motion to accept Kathy Mel as the temporary clerk.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Could I have a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Banco. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Ms. Mel, you're it.
I'm ready.
Would the clerk please call the roll?
Cole Hatfield,
Present.
Ron Ackerman,
Present.
Deb Banco, present. Kathy Nell here. Mike Snyder,
Present.
Howard Koppler,
Present.
Randy Upstraw.
Here.
Thank you. There are no minutes to read for this evening. Those will be moved to the next agenda. The chair notes the certification has been received regarding compliance with the rules and notification of this meeting. Tonight we have a guest presentation by Roseanne Hickman.
Thank you, Linda. I know that at our last council meeting I touched base a little bit about our movie screening of Heroes Behind the Badge. Well, in the past 2 weeks I've been able to pull together a lot of details and a lot of information, and I think this is going to be larger than life. It's getting really big. So the producer is coming in from Florida. This is a 90-minute documentary about law enforcement, officers killed in the line of duty, and also officers who have survived being injured in the line of duty. The producer is coming in from Florida. He will be flying in that morning, staying the evening with us. The evening will go as follows. 6:30, we will open the doors. This event is held on Thursday, November 29th at the Performing Arts Center. So 6:30, we'll open the doors. 7 o'clock, the movie starts. I have arranged for a bagpipe from Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department, and we are currently working on Cleveland Police Department's pipe and drum. And I will know on Thursday if they come. If they will be here, that will be large. They'll bring like 30, 40 guys, so that's a pretty big deal. We'll start with the bagpipes. Amanda Blankenbecker will be singing the national anthem. Ottawa County Sheriff's Honor Guard is presenting colors. I'm working on getting a Boy Scout troop to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. They'll show the movie. Following the movie, we'll do a question and answer session with the producer. And then I have arranged for Kelly Terry Willis. She is the sister of Border Agent Brian Terry, who was killed in the line of duty in Arizona on December 14th, 2010. His sister will be speaking for probably 10 to 15 minutes about being a survivor and how law enforcement helped their family following the death of her brother. And Ohio Concerns of Police Survivors is sending a representative to talk for a few minutes about what they do. 75% of the proceeds of the ticket sales will be going to the National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial Fund, which, as most of us know who knew Sergeant Rigoni, he is on that wall in that memorial in Washington, D.C. 25% of the proceeds will be going to Ohio Cops, which is Concerns of Police Survivors. That is the organization that helps families following the death of an officer. The tickets are $15 pre-sale. They are available at Port Clinton Police Department, Port Clinton Area Chamber of Commerce, and Perfect Color here in Tan. I have flyers here tonight if anybody would like to post them in a business. I'm getting calls from as far away as Dayton, Oregon Police Department called and wanted to know how we made this happen. And she said we wanted to bring it to Toledo and thought they would never come to Toledo, but here they're coming to Port Clinton. So I think it's kind of neat. And again, when you look at their website, it's pretty outstanding to see Dallas, Texas, Philadelphia, Chicago, Baltimore, and then you see Port Clinton, Ohio. I told him to not get excited. We're a cute, quaint little town on the lake, but we have a lot to offer. So he's pretty excited about coming to check this out. He retired from Miami-Dade Police Department. He was a detective. He did start their narcotics unit down there, which is still recognized as top in the state. He was the consultant for the movie Bad Boys 2, and he is currently working on Bad Boys 3. So he's kind of a big deal, I think. So I'm pretty excited about him coming here to bring this movie to our town. And I know there's a lot of people from the Cleveland area coming in, so I have ticket sales online also, so I'm kind of watching where people are coming from. So I'm hoping to sell it out. So that's it. That's my presentation. I hope to see all of you there. I have tickets with me tonight if you need them, and flyers if you have anywhere you would like to post them for us. Thank you.
You'll note that the mayor and the safety service director are not here this evening. Both of them have senior boys that are being recognized at the sports banquet, so they decided to go there tonight. They do have the mayor's report. First, he'd like to thank the fire department and Chief Johnson, the police department and Chief Hickman, and the service department for their diligence during the recent storm. We would like to ask the citizens' patience with the leaf pickup as we get back on schedule after the storm. Please remember that City Hall will be closed November 22nd and 23rd for Thanksgiving. We'd also like to remind and encourage attendance to the Ohio Edison informational meeting scheduled for December 5th. Please RSV to either Gary Mortis or Jen Porter. The annual community Christmas program will be December 1st at the Adams Street Park. Also, we were awarded $15,000 from the Stenson Grant for downtown improvements, and the mayor will be meeting with Laura Schlockler from Main Street to work out the details, because they also got money to couple with these dollars. The city will be working with the Weston Conestoga Group for decorating Adams Street Park for Christmas. Contact the Chamber of Commerce if you or your group is interested in donating a tree for the Gifts of Life. It's $30 per tree. They will be at Veterans Park, and then you decorate them and people vote on them, and then the winning tree gets to pick a charity for the money to go to. He was asking that we pass Ordinance 34-12 tonight on the 6th Street ordinance due to some grant deadlines, and he wishes everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Auditor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. I brought two ordinances with me today, 36-12 and 37-12. 36-12 is more of an accounting ordinance. I was going through the budget, we're about ready to pay an invoice, and we did not. It looks like I overlooked the fair housing line item in 820 fund. This would just appropriate $1,000 in order for us to pay that bill. And it is just a pass-through, so we get the money from the state and we cut the check out. And I think it's admin fees for the grant. So I would also appreciate if we could pass that tonight so we can get that bill paid. And I apologize for that. The second ordinance is 37-12, and this is the budget ordinance for 2013. If we're on schedule right now to get this passed before the fiscal year actually starts, and that's the first time that would happen in a considerable amount of time. I'd like to thank Cole Hatfield for helping me write this today, and I'd like to also recognize the Finance Committee for their hard work and diligence on getting this moved through. And finally, my October reports went out about 2 weeks ago, so if you did not receive them, let me know, and I'll get those to you. That's all I have. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Treasurer's report.
Thank you, Madam President. I thought I'd report a little more on bed tax. It's in all the local newspapers that everyone's increased, and ours has also. At this point, we have received $152,111.35, and that's with 9 people paying. There's still some out. Compared to a year ago, at that point, with 14 paying, that's of course 5 more, we had $141,200.33. So at this point, with 5 more still to pay, we're $10,911.02 ahead of last year.
Good. I also have the Safety Service Director's report. He'd like everyone to know that we had 3 water breaks in the last few days. But he says he's talked to some other local areas and water breaks have been experienced in other towns. So they don't know if it's a weather issue or what the problem is, but it seems to be a little phenomenon going on. The city is still picking up leaves, however, they've been a little behind schedule. They're getting back on schedule. But he also wanted to let me know that recently as they've been doing leaves, people have been mixing their leaves with brush and grass clippings. This is clogging the sweeper. So from now on, if they find that issue, they won't pick up your leaves. So don't mix your brush with your leaves. It's clogging it. It's really causing some problems with the sweeper, so try not to do that. He again reminds us of the trees that can be purchased for decoration at the Adams Street Park. Tracy would also like to thank everyone for their help on Make a Difference Day, particularly the government classes in the Kiwanis Club. And he also wanted to mention that the ceremony dedicating the shelter to Bob Underwood went very well and it was very nice. That's it. Police Chief's report.
Thank you, Madam President. I brought up last month about the automated license plate reader that was going to be installed in one of our cruisers. That installation was done today. It's mounted in one of the Chevy Impalas. The car is currently assigned to Officer Nate Edmonds, and it is operational as of today. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Fire Chief's report.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. The only thing under correspondence that I have this evening is the auditor's report that you received via email. I need a motion to accept that correspondence as stated.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Could I have a second?
Second, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Banko. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thanks. I would now entertain a motion to add ordinance 36-12 and ordinance 37-12 to tonight's agenda for its first reading.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Could I have a second?
Second, Madam
Thank you, Ms. Banko. You're making this very easy for Ms. Mouth. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have no third reading of ordinances and resolutions, but we will now go to second readings of ordinance and resolutions. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only, ordinance 34-12.
Ordinance 34-12, an ordinance authorizing and directing the Director of Safety and Service to advertise for bids and enter into contract for the 6th Street Reconstruction Project and declaring an emergency.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on ordinance 34-12? Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to make a motion that we waive the 3 required readings on the ordinance.
I have a motion to waive the 3 required readings on ordinance 34-12. Do I have a second?
Second, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Baco. Any discussion on the waiving of the readings? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Kathy Nell, yes. Deb Banko.
Yes.
Ron Ackerman.
Yes.
Cole Hatfield.
Yes.
Mike Snyder.
Yes.
Mark Hopler.
Yes.
Randy Lipstraw.
Yes.
Thank you. Does council wish to take further action on ordinance 34-12? Mr. Koppler.
Madam President, I make a motion we retain the emergency clause on ordinance 34-12.
I have a motion to retain the emergency clause in ordinance 34-12. Do I have a second, Mr. Ackerman?
I was just about to say I would love to second that motion, Madam President.
Thank you. Do we have any discussion on the retention of ordinance 34-12? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Deb Banko.
Yes.
Ron Ackerman.
Yes.
Mike Snyder.
Yes.
Randy Lipstraw.
Yes.
Cole Hatfield.
Yes.
Mark Hopler.
Yes.
Kathy Nell, yes.
Thank you. Does council wish to take any further action on ordinance 34-12? Mr. Hatfield.
I make a motion that we adopt ordinance 34-12.
I have a motion to adopt ordinance 34-12. Do I have a second, Mr. Listrop?
Yes.
Thank you. Any discussion? Would the clerk please call the roll?
Let's see. Randy Lipstrop.
Yes.
Mark Copler.
Yes.
Mike Snyder.
Yes.
Cole Hatfield.
Yes.
Ron Ackerman.
Yes.
Deb Banko.
Yes.
Kathy Miller, yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 34-12 is passed. See, I'm just like the mean teacher. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only, ordinance 35-12?
Ordinance 35-12, an ordinance amending sections 1137-01 and 1139-04 of the zoning ordinances of the City of Port Clinton for the purpose of providing regulations for planned unit developments and repealing Chapter 1149 of the zoning ordinances.
Thank you. Does council wish to take any further action on ordinance 35-12?
Madam President, I just have a question, and you may not know the answer to this since there are a few people here to answer. But is there a particular reason that council will need to vote on this in the month of November?
No, actually, yes, it should be up for its third reading on November 27th, and there will be a public meeting at 7 p.m. that night
Okay.
prior to.
Okay. I'm just asking because it has been over a year since this was last raised before City Council, and so I was anticipating that some of our newer council members might want some additional background on exactly what this is, and they might want it to come more than 15 minutes before the third reading. So I just wanted to ask about that, because I'm thinking that on the meeting on the 27th, we may want to weigh whether or not we want to have a committee meeting in December to discuss this before voting on it. So that's just what I wanted to
It can
ask
also
about
be
that.
tabled at that time.
Yes.
But also, if you have any questions, I would suggest that you call Mrs. Porter, Jen Porter, and she could get some clarification for you.